So I want to bring Billy Hollowell in. We've just been talking about going to space and everything else, and there is something weird that is happening, and I don't know. I mean, I think it's all misdirection myself, but I believe in aliens. I mean, I believe. I mean, what again? As Carl Sagan said, if we're alone in this universe, what an enormous waste of space. Um, but it's almost like they're going to announce something. You know, that's what it feels like.
Shalom, Kol Halal Yahweh Shabbat Shemukakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and other bishops, the great millstone, even the elders that came before them that taught us its truth. Shalom and salutation to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity, hopeful like the tabernacle of David, Neil Yashawan. This thing is growing. So he said they're about to announce something. Then he goes on to do. I'm gonna try to make this extremely quick. So we're dealing with angels and demons now. See, slowly the devil is starting to trickle some shit out right from the top down. They know exactly what's going on, but how they're disseminating the information. A while back, let's say 15, 20 years, uh, there still was no such thing as aliens, and there wasn't no blah blah blah. But now suddenly these things exist. Now spaceships and UFOs, yeah, used to be crazy, but now here we go with some offshoot explanation. And who's saying this? Who's this dude? And this is 37 minutes. This is now, within the hour. I saw this. I'm like, okay, well, and what is he saying? Let him say it again. They're about to. Who would know better than this juiced in talking head telling us what they're about to do?
So I want to bring Billy Hollowell in. We've just been talking about going to space and everything else, and there is something weird that is happening, and I don't know. I mean, I think it's all misdirection myself, but I believe in aliens. I mean, I believe. I mean, what again? As Carl Sagan said, if we're alone in this universe, what an enormous waste of space. But it's almost like they're going to announce something. You know that.
Okay, so the devil is going to tell the truth, right? We could go directly to never trust thine enemy. Anyway, we're going to start here, Revelation 1 and 7. So everybody's going to see this, but the devil is trying to grab the narrative. Behold, he, Yahushua, cometh with clouds, with spaceships, and every eye shall see him, because the ship is so big. Right? And they also which pierced him, they'll be back in the reincarnation, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, it's going to be very exciting and scary. If you don't understand what is going on, you're going to believe in little green men and aliens and all that, when really this is, as they know that they are faking the second coming of who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. They know that. They have circumvented the narrative, and Glenn Beck knows what's going on. Okay, that's why he's doing their work. Okay, and what is Glenn doing? Glenn is pushing the narrative. Oh, I don't know. They might be angels, they might be demons. No, they're both. Okay? And this whole program about reverse engineering and all of that, that's just left-handed, the side of the left, or the side of the demons, if you will, right? And the people that are cavorting with and working on the side of the demons. Their time is up. It's time for them to be annihilated, if you will, for their equipment to get shot out of the sky, basically, in this upcoming war. So, what are these devils doing? This is more of the same. This goes back to Roswell. And what was Roswell? Oh, it was all set up for this. Okay? Now, so we got this guy, Glenn Beck. Right? What do we have over here? They're vanishing. 9 UAP scientists. This is yesterday. 12 hours ago. It's not even a whole day. So here's what's going on. Okay, what are we getting ready for here? We're getting ready for this. Okay, so he cometh with clouds, right? What else is going on? See, this thing ends in war in a rescue mission. Right? The rescue mission is at hand. They know about it. The Hot LZ. This is Rev 12. Salak 11. Right here. 11 and 12. Revelation 11 and 12. That word cloud is going to keep coming up. Here it is here. And they, the elect, heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, who is them? The elect, come up hither. And they, the elect, ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. That cloud is that big ass ship, right? That Yahushua is coming back in. The clouds of heaven. He's coming back with the clouds of heaven. All right, so I'm going to let Clayton talk for just a second, and then we're going to go where? We're going to go to the top of Babylon.
Well, one of the strangest stories in the world right now is almost getting no coverage at all, and that has to do with a number of missing scientists in the United States who were working on special materials programs, plasma technology, advanced aerospace technology,
UFOs. Say it.
Technology from recovered UAPs, UFOs.
Okay, so what are we doing? This is now. This is today. This is within a day. Okay? Where's this thing going? Where are we going with this? Okay, let me get one more. What is this? Here's Glenn. This is what we did with Carol Rosin talking about the fake alien invasion. Okay? Right? Where's this thing going? I'm going to leave that there. What's this? Hellfire missiles smacking off that UFO. That came up, but that's not what I want right now. What do I want? I want J.D. Vance, right? Your president. Look, J.D. Vance, aliens. What did he just say? Aliens are what? Aliens, demons, A-L-I-E-N. Demons. What? Suddenly, this is the talk. The talk of where? J.D. Who did Trump just send to the so-called peace talk? He sent J.D. Vance. Why didn't Trump go? Okay. Well, J.D. is speaking on aliens. I'm sure that Trump sent him to speak on the aliens too, because he's speaking on them. What's this? 12 days ago, J.D. Vance is saying, alien thinks aliens are demons. What are they setting up for here? Okay. 9 days. See how it's all, where it's coming from and where it's going? 3 days. The truth about UFOs, UAPs, my reaction to J.D. Vance. So they're talking. The talking heads are talking and they're pushing a narrative, right? Okay, well, let's see what the hell is going on here. Did we read this all the way? Yeah, we did. Okay. This is Matthew. Okay. Now, you got people out there saying that this is a holy war, that this is Armageddon, that this is for Jesus is coming back. That's what they're saying about this war, right? Matthew 24 and 4. Where is it? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, right? Saying, I am Hamash, I am anointed, right? And shall deceive many. Okay. Jump down. To 11, and many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. Okay. All right. And what is that? These are false prophets arising and deceiving many. Look at this guy. This guy. false prophet arising and deceiving many. Okay. Where's JD? JD Vance. False prophet arriving and deceiving many. Donald Trump, a false prophet arriving and deceiving many. Look at this. Well, here's what they are. We're going to listen to the devil tell us the truth. Okay, so let's check this out real quick.
Are aliens actually demons? That is what Vice President J.D. Vance recently said during an interview. It was pretty interesting. It went viral almost immediately.
Fair use. This is Christian broadcasting. Well, you should know what's going on in the Bible, what the Bible says, but why are you pushing this? And Easter.
And understandably so, because right now there is a big conversation in this country about aliens, UFOs, UAPs. There's different terminology that we're using now to describe these things, but
I wonder why. I wonder why everything is so confusing. 2 Ezra 9:3. There will be earthquakes, national rebellions, international intrigues, unstable leaders, and confused rulers. When you see these things happening, you will know that they are what the Most High Power has spoken about since the beginning of creation. So we clearly see, where's JD's dumbass? We clearly see some confusion.
point is, there is a debate and a discussion in our culture right now as to whether or not aliens exist and what the nature of UFOs, unidentified flying objects, truly is.
We're talking about God, who you call God and the angels. You talking about aliens and demons, right? Well, did not Yahweh Bashim Yahushai create everything? We can start right there in the conversation, right? Which would be Yahushai, the beginning and the end, and Yahweh has no beginning.
When Vance was asked about this, he actually volunteered up again that he believes they are demonic in nature. This is something a lot of Christian theologians have been talking about, and they also generally would believe the same thing. Now,
This nigga knows about both sides. He knows what side he serves. He knows that the jig is up. He's been handpicked to bring forth the end. He knows who he is. If Trump goes down right now and they put this nigga out to pasture, who's up next? Who's up the bat? JD. And they're showing strong signs of him, snatching the mantle. Right? They can lame duck this Nero any day. Right? They're setting up for it, talking about his health and he's been declining. Shit. Nobody could go to sleep harder than Sleepy Joe. So Trump got to fall all the way out in the casket, before they take the mantle. But this is what they're clearly doing. All right, they're clearly preparing people, right, for what? This invasion. They have to stage that invasion. All right, what invasion? Where's Carol? This invasion. Okay, why is Carol way back when, talking about in the 90s, I believe, with 01, and she was touring before this, but the point I'm making, why are they talking about aliens? Why are they talking about Z weaponization of space? And why is Werner von Braun the Nazi? Right? NASA Nazi. Werner was a Nazi and became the godfather of NASA. Nazi NASA, same thing. So the Nazis said what? That they're going to stage a fake alien invasion. That's what the Nazis said. Okay, and that's what this is. All right. So why suddenly is there talk? What happened to Roswell and the Funny Farm? And you got to go the way of Rosemary Kennedy because you believe in spaceships and aliens. But now, nigga, after Star Wars, see, I'm that old. I remember Star Wars. I remember Close Encounters and E.T. and all of that shit, the preparation. I remember the UFO incident with James Earl Jones. I remember I couldn't wait to see it when it came on TV. Right? And guess what? And that one is a Nazi. That's what James Earl Jones said. It's in the dialogue in the 1975 movie with James Earl Jones, our hero, who wound up playing Darth Vader. That's funny. But the point I'm making is James Earl Jones said, and that one's a Nazi. Why? Because under that Nazi program, right, and that regression therapy that Betty and Barney went under, is all phony. It all goes to what we're about to see. A Hollywood production going back to Werner von Braun telling you about it, telling on himself.
Good morning. My name is Carol Rosin. In 1974, after being a sixth grade school teacher, I was introduced to the late Dr. Werner von Braun in the U.S., the father of rocketry.
Okay. The V1, right? The V1 Nazi. Okay? That's what she's saying. I was introduced to the Nazi, Werner von Braun, the head of NASA. NASA. Okay? Who left you a message on his tombstone. Go look it up. Look it up, right? So what are they about to do? They're about to do this. Aren't they? Where's this clown? Did we go into any of this? Yeah.
Reverse engineering program. But why have now 9 of these scientists gone missing?
Because they're about to stage this production. All right, and I just wanted to say that. Stay on your toes about that. See, how does the world end? Let's get that real quick. Give me 6 here. See, this world is coming to an end. What world? This world. Esau's world. This is 9. The second is for 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So, at the end of this world, how does it end? It ends in a war. Okay? And in that war, at different times, UFOs are involved in it. Spaceships are involved in that war. And these people know that. So they have to, right, part of their plan, their war plans, are to act like they are their enemy who's coming from the 4th dimension. They know that. So for years and years and years, they've been making movies to program you to believe that the people that are coming from the 4th dimension, God and the angels, are the bad guys. That's what's going on. So you got to wake up and understand that the deceiver, right, the devil, Satan, the adversary, right, of those coming to save us, got you bamboozled already. But guess what? And I'm making this. I know it's kind of convoluted, but it is what it is. 2 Chord 2. 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. That's all you need. Lest Satan, the adversary, should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his device. We know everything that is going on. And we also know that our strongest weapon, and really all that we can do, is sit back and be spiritual. Watch a great movie. Knowing on which side we fall, right, Lord willing. With that, we pray that the elect were edified, your brother and sister Shalom.